genetically modified super banana to be tested on humans. Now, depending on the tone of the voice that you read this in, it could either sound like an opportunity of a lifetime or a lifetime of doom. GMO stands for genetically modified organism. Many people don't know the difference between GMO and non-GMO. GMO foods should not be labeled because of costs and misleading information. They do not have any negative effects on your health, and they can actually be helpful to many people. People in society today believe many things that they read on the internet. GMOs having negative effects on their health is just one of these. GMO foods have been studied for the past 2 decades and never been proven to negatively affect your health. They have also caused 0 illnesses in the past 20 years. Foods obtained from GMO crops pose no threat to human health, and they have been studied by virtually every scientific and regulatory agency in the United States. From the time genetically modified crops were commercialized in 1996 through 2014, regulatory agencies in more than 60 countries conducted extensive scientific reviews. They have confirmed the safety of genetically modified crops with more than 3,000 approvals on more than 357 different genetically modified traits in 27 crops. Food from GMO crops is just as safe as food from conventionally bred crops and poses no threat to the environment. Research by scientists across the world has found that no relationship between GMOs and mutations, fertility and pregnancy and offspring are unaffected by GMOs, organ health and function are unaffected by GMOs, and there is no evidence for gene transfer between GMOs and consumers. So there's really nothing to be afraid of when you hear the word GMO. Many companies see that people want a product that is 100% organic. They use this labeling as a marketing standpoint. The labeling of GMOs is costly and can be misleading. Plenty of companies make non-GMO or GE-free claims, although these terms are not specifically regulated by the FDA. Chipotle was sued for marketing GMO-free foods. Its marketing campaign was misleading and deceptive because the food chain still sells lots of foods with genetically modified organisms in them. If you see a non-GMO label on a bunch of broccoli, for example, you are being misled because there is no such thing as GMO broccoli. Orange juice is a very popular drink at the breakfast table. But have you ever wondered why it's so expensive? Every bottle of orange juice typically has a non-GMO label. Lucky for us, there's a label here, and it is blown up and it reads, Non-GMO Project Verified. What this organization does is it tells you that orange juice cannot be genetically modified. So therefore, you are just paying more for the label. It also does this on many other products. It is very helpful. Unless the label reads 100% certified organic, it may contain some non-organic ingredients. Mandatory labeling, by the way of regulation, always adds costs. And as you can see, this orange juice would cost less if it didn't have the label on it. Costs are eventually passed down onto the consumers. It is estimated that food will cost an increase of about $1,000 annually for the average American family of 4 if we continue to put non-GMO labels on our foods. Many people think GMOs only have negative effects on environment and people, but in all reality, they can be used for extraordinary things. GMO foods can be used for amazing things, but activists believe that they must save the world from scientists who work to develop better foods. They have delayed new foods, such as golden rice, in which grains accumulate beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. Rice is an abundant crop that is used everywhere for a good source of nutrition. But in third world countries struggling with malnutrition, golden rice would benefit them tremendously because it gives them more nutrients. Millions of deaths could be prevented annually if golden rice were available in these poverty-stricken areas. Researchers at Iowa State University were looking for students to help out with a project that would make bananas more nutritional for people in starving nations. The super banana was created simply by transferring a gene from a wild banana from Fiji to the bananas consumed daily as food in Uganda and other parts of Africa. Many people can reap the benefits of GMO crops. People need to be educated on this topic to truly understand the pros and cons. GMO foods should not be labeled because of costs and misleading information. They do not have any negative effects on your health, and they can be amazingly helpful to many people. People need to be educated on the difference between GMO and non-GMO. Are you willing to pay $1,000 more per year to feed people's fear?